Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. At first, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
The ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade.
Welcome to you all. This is the Junior Science and Maths Quiz organized by KNUST in collaboration with the Ghana Education Service and ERIDEC Ghana. We are proudly sponsored by Dext Technologies, where we say practical science has been made practicable, the KNUST IDL Center, and the KNUST e-Learning Center, where we say just a click. Can we have a round of applause for our sponsors? As I said, this is the Junior Science and Maths Quiz. This is the third contest of the first day of the Takoradi Regional Qualifiers. And for this contest, we have Bishop ISSUAH Catholic JHS, Old Hospital Basic School, and ANCHELLES International School competing to see who is going to move on to the next stage of the competition. Before we begin, we would like our contestants to introduce themselves. We'll begin with Bishop ISSUAH Catholic JHS.
Keisha Obrisi. Ednata.
Let's clap for them. Old Hospital Basic School, kindly introduce yourselves. Kindly speak into the mic.
Obed Okon.
Let's clap for them. And finally, from ANCHELLES International School, we have...
I'm Adrajachi.
I'm Ibinza Otru.
Let's clap for them. So this contest will consist of 4 rounds. We have the fundamentals round, the fastest brain, fastest finger round, the science and technology challenge round, and the decoding the clues round. Before every round, I will read out the set of instructions, and the contestants are to pay close attention and strictly adhere to the instructions, else they will be penalized as stipulated in those instructions, okay? All right, so if we are good to begin, let's give our contestants a big round of applause. So the first round. In this round, you'll be given questions from biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and ICT. Now, if a school answers a question correctly, 3 points are awarded. If it is incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the other 2 schools to compete for. And the score for a bonus question is 1 point. Now, schools will have 15 seconds to answer questions that do not require calculations, and 40 seconds to answer questions that require calculations. Each school has a maximum of 2 attempts for their main question and 1 attempt for a bonus question. And the bonus question is passed round just once. So when the schools compete, the first person to answer, whether right or wrong, the bonus question does not pass on to the other school. Okay. Now, contestants are to note that the bonus questions are open to the other 2 schools to compete for by ringing their buzzers. So we'd like to hear the buzzers of each of the schools. We'll start with ANCHELLES International, Old Hospital Basic, and Bishop ISSUAH Catholic. Wonderful. So failing to press your buzzer before answering a bonus question nullifies your answer, and no points will be awarded even if you're correct. So if we are clear with these rules, we will begin. All the best to all of you. Let's clap for them. So the first set of questions. This is a preamble to all schools. A student performed tests on food substances A, B, and C and made the following observations. A was instant noodles, B is lard, and C is sugar beet. I'll take the preamble again. A student performed tests on food substances A, B, and C and made the following observations. A is instant noodles, B is lard, and C is sugar beet. Now, ANCHELLES International School. Give me the main end products of digestion of A, B, and C.
For A, we have glucose. For B, glucose. And then for C, glucose.
So I'll give you 2 out of 3 because you had A correct being glucose. B is fatty acid and glycerol. Lard is the fat of pigs. So it's fatty acid and glycerol, and then C, glucose. So you get 2 out of 3. Old Hospital. In which parts of the alimentary canal does the digestion of each of the food substances A, B, and C start?
Glucose in the mouth. B, the lard will start in the stomach, and the C will start on the mouth.
You also get 2 out of 3. So you were correct that the instant noodles and the sugar beet will start in the mouth, but the lard starts in the small intestines, the small intestine. Bishop ISSUAH, your question. Mention the enzymes that help in digestion of A, B, and C. Go ahead.
Instant noodles is salivary amylase. Lard is lipase, and sugar is salivary amylase.
That is correct for 3 points. The second set of questions. Another preamble. You are to describe what the following mean regarding the mouse pointer on the computer screen. So describe what the following mean regarding the mouse pointer on the computer screen. This time we'll begin with Old Hospital Basic School, the processing pointer. Goes for a bonus. Yes, ANCHELLES.
It appears when a file or a document is being loaded.
Okay, I'll give it to you. So it happens when it shows up when you are waiting for a window or waiting for a file. Okay. All right. Bishop ISSUAH, the I-beam pointer.
It appears when you are typing and you make a mistake.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. So its specific function is to indicate the location of the cursor between characters, okay? So it's not just when you're typing. That's why I didn't give you the full point. ANCHELLES, your question. The link select pointer.
It appears when there's a link in the Word document, and it helps to indicate whether there's a link or not.
No.
It appears when the mouse pointer moves over a link.
I'll give you 2 out of 3 again. So it's used to select the link. So even though when you pass over the link, it appears, you use that to select the link. So that's why I didn't give you the 4 points. Okay, so the third set of questions. In an experiment to investigate the reactivity of sodium, a piece of sodium metal was dropped in a beaker containing water. In an experiment to investigate the reactivity of sodium, a piece of sodium metal was dropped in a beaker containing water. Bishop ISSUAH, state what will happen if a glowing splint was held at the end of the beaker.
The lights will be off.
No. You have one more attempt.
The beaker will dust.
No. Bonus.
The sodium will dissolve in the water.
No. I asked what will happen to the glowing splint. So the splint will be ignited or it will catch fire. Okay. ANCHELLES, now you are to write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction that occurred. You've been bailed out. So it's 2Na plus 2H2O, which will give you 2NaOH plus H2. That's the balanced chemical equation. Old Hospital. You are to name 2 other metals that will not react in the same way as sodium did in this reaction.
Gold and silver.
That is correct for 3 points. The fourth set of questions. It looks like you'll be doing a lot of experiments in this contest. So you are again performing an experiment, and an iron bar is magnetized by dragging a magnet over the surface of the bar from point A to point B several times. In an experiment, an iron bar is magnetized by dragging a magnet over the surface of the bar from the end A to B several times. ANCHELLES, name 3 other methods of magnetization.
Induction, electromagnetization, and shocking.
That is correct for 3 points. Old Hospital. How would you test that the bar AB has indeed been magnetized?
Attach it with the bar magnet. The end of that one will attract that of A.
Come again.
Attach it with the bar magnet. That end of A will attract with that end of B.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. So whichever side you attach would attract a magnet. So it doesn't matter if you attract A or B. Do you understand? Okay. Now, Bishop ISSUAH, your question is, how would you test for the poles of A and B on the bar?
Use the North Pole.
You've been bailed out, ANCHELLES.
You tie a string to the magnet, and then the North Pole moves to the South Pole, and the South Pole moves to the North Pole.
No. So again, that's actually the question Old Hospital was trying to answer. You attach both ends to a magnet with the known poles. So if you attach A to the magnet and then there's repulsion, then you know that that's the repulsive pole. And then when you switch it, then you know that, and it attracts, then you know that that's the attractive pole. Okay. So the fifth set of questions. We'll begin with Anshel. This is a calculation question for 40 seconds. Kofi paid rent of 1,800 Ghana cedis each year. If his rent is 0.3 of his annual income, find his monthly income. Kofi paid rent of 1,800 Ghana cedis each year. If the rent is 0.3 of his annual income, find his monthly income.
$1,620.
No. You have one more attempt. So you've been bailed out a bonus. Old Hospital?
1,024.
No, that's not correct. It's 500 Ghana cedis. 500 Ghana cedis. Old Hospital, your major question. Kojo buys 15 shirts at 4 Ghana cedis each. If the price is increased to 5 Ghana cedis, how many shirts can he now buy with the same amount of money? Kofi buys 15 shirts at 4 Ghana cedis each. If the price is increased to 5 Ghana cedis, how many shirts can he now buy with the same amount of money? Go ahead. 12 is correct. Bishop ISSUAH. Kukwa gave a storekeeper a 10 Ghana cedi note for goods that she purchased. The storekeeper asked her for 15 Ghana pesos for ease of change. After she gave him the 15 Ghana pesos, he gave Kukwa 50 Ghana pesos change. How much did the goods cost? Kukwa gave a storekeeper 10 Ghana cedis, and the storekeeper asked her for 15 cedis for ease of change. When she gave him the 15 pesos, Kukwa gave, okay, let me take the question again. So Kukwa gave a storekeeper 10 Ghana cedi notes for goods she purchased, and the storekeeper asked her for 15 pesos for ease of change. If he then gave Kukwa 50 pesos change, how much did the goods cost?
965 pesos.
That is correct. So the sixth set of questions. The following questions are statements, and you are to state whether they are true or false. These questions will not be passed on as bonuses unless the substantive school refuses to provide an answer. We'll begin with Bishop ISSUAH. As the embryos in the seeds develop, the ovary swells to produce fruit. Is that true or false?
False.
The answer is true. ANCHELLES International. The ovary is located at the top of the pistil. Is that true?
False.
That's correct. Old Hospital. The female part of the plant designed for catching pollen is called the style.
False.
False is correct. And the last set of questions in this round, ANCHELLES International. An atom with a proton number of 17 and a neutron number of 18 has 7 electrons in the 4th shell. Is that true or false?
False.
False is correct. Old Hospital. If an atom has a proton number of 8 and a neutron number of 8, then there are 6 electrons present in its 2nd shell.
False.
It's unfortunately true. And lastly, Bishop ISSUAH. An atom has a proton number of 15 and a neutron number of 16. There are therefore 5 electrons present in its second shell.
False.
False is correct. And on that note, we've come to the end of the first round. Let's clap for our contestants. You're welcome back. And we have some interesting scores. This was an indeed very tight first round. Let's clap for our contestants again. So at the end of the first round, we had Bishop ISSUAH Catholic JHS with 11 points. Let's clap for them. Old Hospital Basic School with 13 points. And ANCHELLES International School with 14 points. It's still very early in the contest. And we are coming to the fastest brain, fastest finger round. In this round, one question will be read out, and the contestants will compete to be the first to answer. Each question in this round carries a score of 4 points. 4 points. Now, when a contestant is ready to respond, they should press their buzzers before they attempt to answer, because answering before pressing the buzzer will disqualify the school from the question. And after the buzzer is pressed, the contestants have 3 seconds to provide an answer. Now, if a school gets the question wrong, then the 2 remaining schools get to compete to answer. Take note that a wrong answer in this round attracts a penalty of 1 point. So all the best to you. Let's clap for our contestants as we begin. So the first question. For this question, you are to give all the answers. If one is wrong, all is wrong. So give 2 ICT devices that can produce output on a paper aside a printer. Anshel?
Plotter and
You've been bailed out. Old Hospital?
Plotter and a fastening machine.
That is correct. Now the second question. What key or combination of keys are used to type the symbol at the beginning and end of a quote? What key or combination of keys are used to type the symbol at the beginning and end of a quote? So you've been bailed out. In other words, I was asking, what key or combination of keys do you use to type the quotation marks sign? And that's shift plus apostrophe. Shift plus apostrophe. So the third question. What are the number of PN junctions in a resistor? Bishop is here.
2.
2 is correct. The fourth question. A gas is produced when glucose is oxidized during aerobic respiration. What gas is this? Anshel?
Carbon dioxide.
That is correct. The fifth question, sorry. The type of energy obtained when an electric bulb is connected to a battery is what energy? Bishop is here.
Electrical energy.
That is correct. The sixth question. What is the distance between the points A, 0,6 and B, 0, -2? What is the distance between the points A, 0,6 and B, 0, -2? Anshel?
0.8.
No. Old Hospital?
0.7.
No. Bishop is here?
0, -7.
No. I said distance, not coordinates. So it's 8 units, not 0.8. The last but one question. 15 boys took 12 hours to weed a plot of land. Now, if 9 boys work at the same rate, how long would it take them to weed the same plot of land? Old Hospital?
15 hours.
No. Bishop is here.
20 days. 20 days.
That is incorrect. And the answer is 20 hours. The last question in this round. A patient with acute symptoms of diarrhea and vomiting may be suffering from which common foodborne disease caused by a comma-shaped bacteria? A patient with acute symptoms of diarrhea and vomiting may be suffering from which common foodborne disease that is caused by a comma-shaped? And
Cholera.
Cholera is correct for 4 points. And on that note, we've come to the end of the second round. Let's clap for our contestants. Welcome back. We just ended our fastest brain, fastest finger round. And you are reminded that this is the Junior Science and Mathematics quiz being organized by KNUST, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. That is #1 globally for the Center of Quality Education. Now at the end of the second round, we have Old Hospital Basic School with 2 points. Let's clap for them. And ANCHELLES and Bishop ISSUAH Catholic tying with 6 points. So the total scores at the end of round 2, we have Old Hospital Basic School with 15 points. Bishop ISSUAH Catholic JHS with 17 points. And ANCHELLES International still leading with 20 points. So before we move on to our Science and Technology Challenge round, we have a substitution for Bishop ISSUAH Catholic JHS. Let's clap for Edna as she takes her seat, and let's invite Henry. Don't stop clapping till he comes. So while we wait for Henry to settle in, we'll take a short message from our sponsors.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student.
we would like to acknowledge our online audience following us on YouTube, Facebook, and the e-learning platform. Again, we'd like to acknowledge our sponsors, Dex Technologies, where we say practical science has been made practicable. The KNUST Ideal Center, where we say lifelong learning, an essential key for development. And the KNUST e-learning center, just a click. Now we've come to the Science and Technology Challenge round. Now in this round, one question will be read out and the contestants will perform a task that will be given to them. Now this round, the score is 10 points. 10 points. And so anything is still possible at this point. The contestants have up to 10 minutes to fully complete their task. And this round for this contest is proudly brought to you by the KNUST e-learning center. So for today's Science and Technology Challenge, the contestants can kindly turn over their sheets and read with me. You have been provided with a laptop computer with Microsoft PowerPoint already installed. Now your task is to locate a text file named dext, dext.txt on your computer desktop. Now using the PowerPoint app, create a 4-slide presentation on the human digestive system with the text document you have been given. The first slide of your presentation should contain your topic, that is, the human digestive system, in caps bold with the font style Arial narrow and font size 48. Underneath the title, you're to write your names and use font size 24 and the Calibri font. Use the heading and paragraph under it in the text document to create the remaining 4 slides. All your headings should be font size 36 and a font style Comic Sans MS. They should be capitalized and the text should have the font size 24 and font style Times New Roman. Now the last thing you have to do is to add the slide number and today's date to the footer of each slide page except the title page. The slide number should be on the right of the slide and the date to the left. You have 10 minutes. You can begin now. You have 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. All right, so your time is up. Kindly bring your laptops and your sheets.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6, a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Welcome back, and congratulations to all our contestants. Let's clap for them again. It's really not easy to be in this hot seat. I'm sure after you submitted your work, you started to think about what you have done, and then you realize that we should have done it this way, we should have done it that way, but that's how competitions go. Being in the seat sometimes creates tension. So I'll go through what was expected of you and how the schools fared. So for this contest, Science and Technology Challenge, we were trying to turn our contestants into PowerPoint presentation experts. So they were given a text document and they were to convert it into a PowerPoint presentation. And for correctly making your title slide with the name of the presentation, the Human Digestive System, in caps and bold, with the correct size, font size and correct font style, you get 1 point. Then for correctly writing out your names in the correct font size and font style, you get another 1 point. Then for creating your other 3 slides with the text documents that was provided, you are supposed to identify the headings and the text and separate them in different font formats. And for correctly doing that, you get a total of 5 points. Then for putting your slide number and today's date at the footer of each slide, you get an additional 3 points, making 10 in total. So I'll begin with Bishop ISSUAH. Bishop ISSUAH, for whatever reason, unfortunately, you weren't able to create your title slide. What you did was you copied the whole text and put the whole text on one slide. And since that was not what was required of you, for creating the slide and at least attempting to copy, you get 1 point. So you get 1 out of 10. Old Hospital Basic, you were able to properly do your title slide, so you get the 2 points That's one for the heading and one for your names. But when it came to the other 3 slides, I don't know whether it was time that beat you or you were contemplating whatever it is you were contemplating. You were able to create the other 3 slides, but you were unable to copy the text properly. And so you get just 1 point for creating the 4 slides. And so you get a total of 3 out of 10. To ANCHELLES International School. You correctly created your title slide, so you get the 1 point for the presentation name and the 1 point for your names. And then you were able to correctly copy the text into the 3 other slides you were to create. You had your font size correct, your font styles correct, and so you get the full 5 points for that. However, you were unable to create the slide number and put today's date at the footer of the slide, so you lose those 3 points, and so you get a total of 7 out of 10. So at the end of the 3rd round, we have Bishop ISSUAH Catholic GHS with 18 points. Let's clap for them. Old Hospital Basic School also with 18 points. And ANCHELLES International School with 27 points. Okay, so we'll move quickly to our 4th round, that is the decoding the clues round. Anything is still possible in this round, so don't be disheartened. Still fight on, forge on, bring the energy. Now, in this round, a question will be read out as series of clues. And if the question is answered on the first clue, the school gets 6 points. If it is answered correctly on the second clue, 5 points. On the third clue, 4 points. And on the 4th or any other clue is 3 points. Contestants are reminded that you have to press your buzzers before attempting to answer. Because if you press your buzzer if you answer before pressing the buzzer, you'll be disqualified from the question and your answer will be nullified even if it is correct. So for us to be on the same page as to which clue I'm reading, I would show by my fingers. Okay. So let's start with our first set of clues. Despite being a few pounds in weight, I have an enormous impact on your overall health and well-being. Life choices such as diet and exercise can significantly impact my performance. Bishop ISSUAH.
Immune system.
No. In popular culture, I am often associated with Valentine's Day and love symbols representing affection and emotion. Though I am a drum, ANCHELLES.
The heart.
The heart is correct. You get 3 points. The second set of questions. In the world of plants, I am a symbol of potential and start of a new life. While I may be small at first, my growth is a simple symbol of the plant's potential to thrive. My emergence from a seed is a critical step in the plant's life cycle. My name is derived from the Latin ANCHELLES.
Cotyledon.
No. My name is derived from the Latin word for root, emphasizing my role in anchoring and nourishing the plant. Bishop ISSUAH.
Radical.
The radical is correct. You get 3 points. The last but one set of clues. I am an invisible force that can be felt but not seen. When I build up in a situation, I can create a sense of anticipation. In engineering, I am a critical factor. Old Hospital.
Freshen.
No. In engineering, I am a critical factor in determining the strength and stability of structures. In physics, I am a force that acts to stretch. Bishop Isia.
Inertia.
No. In physics, I am a force that acts to stretch or pull objects in opposite directions. Anshel.
Elastic force.
No. So I'll finish the clues and then we'll see if you finally get it. You can find me in the strings of any musical instrument. Muscles and ropes often experience me when they are stretched or pulled. Who am I? Yes, anyone want to try?
Tensional force.
Tension is correct. But unfortunately, you don't get the point. The last set of clues and the last question in this round. Can we have some silence in the audience? Okay. I am one of the molecular elements in the periodic table that make up a significant portion of the Earth's atmosphere. I am as crucial as I am dangerous, for you can never have too little or too much of me. My atomic number is an even number. I am a great supporter of life. Old hospital.
Oxygen.
Oxygen is correct to get 3 points. And on that note, we come to the end of this afternoon's contest. Let's clap. Welcome back. We just finished decoding the clues round. But before the scores and finding out who is going to move on to the next stage of this competition, would like to say a big thank you to our online audience joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the e-learning platform. We would again like to thank our sponsors, Dext Technologies, where we say practical science has been made practicable. The KNUST IDL, lifelong learning, an essential key for development, and the KNUST e-learning center, where we say just a click. This was the Junior Science and Maths quiz organized by the best university, #1 for quality education globally, in collaboration with the Ghana Education Service and Eridec Ghana. Let's clap for our sponsors. So at the end of round 4, we had each of the schools getting a tie of 3 points each. Let's clap for them. And so the total scores at the end of the contest, we have Bishop ISSUAH Catholic JHS with 21 points. Let's clap our contestants. Old Hospital Basic School also with 21 points. And ANCHELLES International School moving on to the next stage of the competition with 30 points. Thank you very much, Bishop ISSUAH Catholic. Thank you very much, Old Hospital Basic. But at the end of competitions like this, there has to be a winner. But you all did so well. You should be very proud of yourselves. Your schools should be very, very proud of you. And congratulations to ISSUAH and Ebenezer for leading your school into victory, into the second stage of this competition. My name is Dr. Dorcas Oyuelekodi. I was your quiz mistress for this afternoon's contest. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you.